Alright, so I want to do a short video about installing this warming tray. Basically, you just need a couple hand tools, good old Phillips head screwdriver. So to start out with, you got to remove these two bolts that hold the stock little Supra plate in. There's 4 total, so we can remove 2. It doesn't drop out. And then I've got the engine cover removed, and I placed these 2 little silver TPU bumpers down. The tray's going to sit on top of that, and that helps support it in the middle and stuff like that. Not physically attached, it's just, you know, press on and lays on. So then we got to get our tray, so let's do that. So in order to get the tray in there, you kind of have to dip it forward. Everything shuffles forward and then lay it back down, and so it goes in like that. Once you've got the tray in place, you've got to get these 2 brackets installed. So these work by taking advantage of the little hole that's there for the hinges, and then they slide in between the metal, and that helps support them. So there's a left side and a right side. It takes a little bit of effort to get them in there, but I like to start at the front or middle, work my way, and then you kind of slide it. And the way I've done it's pretty tight fit, and then you just slide it on back in. Same thing on the other side, slide it in towards the middle, on over. And you just got to get that metal piece to slip in to the middle of the bracket. Yep, that's that. And I'm going to take these 2 knobs here. They're a bit long for what they are. I just used some 1/4 20 bolts that I have laying around. I can shorten these up by probably 1.5 inches. We're going to start threading these back on into the holes in the front where we took out the 2 supporting bolts. Get those threaded in. And then we're going to take the Phillips head, and we got 4 screws up front with the little mating brackets or whatever, and we're going to screw this into these plate or the brackets we hung earlier. Now those brackets have a bunch of holes in them, so you can be off a little bit and still, you know, find one of the holes that it'll go into. And then it's got this lip here that we want to actually attach to. So if I can move the camera. So yeah, it's got this lip here that will butt up against the acrylic piece as we lift it up. And you got one on each side. Now the first time I installed this, I used one of those electric screwdrivers, and they help grab the plastic and zip it in real quick. Now that I've done that, I just use a regular screwdriver. Away we go. So take the first one, get it through the little plate, try to line it to a hole. Use your Phillips head to start tightening. Now in a future revision, I may figure out how to make this toolless, because that would be a lot easier, right? But you should have a Phillips head screwdriver on your boat, either for fins on a surfboard, bindings on a wakeboard, and basic task. So get that one kind of in there. You don't have to fully tighten it down just yet. You want to get all the screws basically started, and then you can tighten everything down. It's a lot easier when everything moves. You can get it lined up and then tighten. as you tighten, you'll also want to lift. My big old head ain't in the way. You want to lift the acrylic up to where it kind of butts up with that ledge. Nothing too crazy there. Then once those are in, I tighten the little front knobs, and we're basically done. So it shouldn't take but a few minutes to install. The trickiest part again is those rear brackets, getting them slid into the OEM metal. Hope this helps. Have a good day.